Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome here to Chasing Portals podcast. Yay. And we have a very special guest today. One of my oldest friends from like March or something this year, Jay Bratt.
It worries me that that's an
Welcome,
oldest friend is just
Jay.
from March. I feel like we need some long-term
That's not
friends. Yeah. Red flag number one.
Okay, anyway, so Jay's a YouTuber. You probably follow him because he's like one of the experts in VR, and he's a MetaQuest partner as well. So let's take it over to Jay. So Jay, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, as you just kind of spoiler alert said everything about me, I'm a YouTuber who is also a MetaQuest partner. I've been a YouTuber for like 3 years now.
Wow. Okay.
Wow, that's
It
awesome.
is technically the only thing I do, but I still don't call it my job because I feel like once you call your passion your job, you ruin it. So I still think of it as a hobby, but it is the only thing I do. So it's my only hobby, I
Nice.
guess.
Wow. Okay.
That's
So 3 years.
awesome.
That's not bad. And he's like, when I met you, you had maybe like 10,000 followers. You already hit over 25,000 like last week, or is it 26
yeah.
now?
I think we're
Wow, so
almost
he's
at
growing quickly.
27, somewhere in there.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
We're getting close.
cool. Our podcast
Yeah,
has
that's
7 followers.
amazing.
Please follow us.
Yay!
Hey, it's not an easy accomplishment. Seriously,
What?
good job. It's not easy. Getting the first follower is the hardest one.
It is hard.
Really?
It is
There's
hard. Yeah,
nothing-
that
yeah.
first few. You sit there and
Yeah.
wait. You're like, is it gonna happen? It's gonna happen. When's it gonna happen?
It's true.
So tell us a bit about yourself. Where you from? What made you get into YouTube? Do you have
Well, it all
pets?
started years ago in California. You know, as a little child. I'm in the U.S. I'm on the West Coast. My wife and I have been together for 12 years now.
Wow.
Awesome.
It's longer than my
Yeah.
oldest friends.
Apparently,
Oh,
yeah.
poor Trixie.
She works full time. She works in nutrition. She's great. We have 2 cats and no plans of having kids anytime soon because we both like to sleep. And I've heard that's the last thing you get.
True, hey?
Sleep is
Karen.
good.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Yeah. I miss those days, you know. Now there's like always this third wheel around us. No
Aw.
offense, child.
Just go away, child.
This third wheel.
Sad.
Yeah, it's like hard with kids, seriously. Yeah, so you've been YouTubing for 3 years. You also have a podcast as well. Tell us about that. Full Dive Gaming.
Yeah. Full Dive Gaming. It's a virtual reality podcast. It's a little more structured than most podcasts, I'm told. Like we always start off by answering questions from our community, and then we talk about VR news and what games we've been playing. You know, you've actually been on it once.
Yeah, it was
It's
a guest.
something
Yeah,
that-
that
we
was
actually
fun
started
to watch.
chatting.
I watched the whole
Yeah.
thing. It was great. Yeah, you guys
See,
all did great. Yeah.
we have fun with it, but that reminds me I need to edit a podcast this afternoon. So that's,
God.
that's always the tough side. Why does
Thank
clapping
you.
not work in
I know.
this?
I
I
know
wish it
the
did. I
hands
just
bang my
don't
hand
touch
controllers.
anymore. Like you can't
Just
used to
slapping
be
my
able to
limp
like
wrists together.
put your hands
Yeah.
together and not.
It's like
so
there's a
much
magnetic
anymore.
field around the hand
Yes,
now. I don't know.
exactly.
Got one of the
Yeah.
thumbs up, I guess.
Okay, so
Yeah.
when did you start your podcast? That's newer than the YouTube channel, I'm so assuming.
Yeah, well, the funny thing, I didn't actually start it. So there was this guy, our original producer, Rip McAfee, who reached out and was looking for some people to start a VR podcast. So between me, this VR developer, Adam Charlton, and this VR gamer, Dollface VR, we kind of all started this thing together. And it's been going for, I think, about 2 years. It's kind of had its ups and downs. We've had a lot of fun with it, but we go all over the place. We have guests that are sometimes in crypto or gamers or Horizon Worlds lovers.
Oh,
No.
funny.
Real weirdos that we get on our podcast.
Oh, weirdos. I was one of the weirdos.
Remember that time we interviewed Trixie?
I'm hurt. I thought everyone loved Horizon Worlds. So tell me, why don't
Aw.
you love Horizon Worlds as much as I do?
I think like a lot of the OG VR people see like VR chat and Rec Room as kind of like the two, and Horizon just kind of seemed like Meta's like cash grab at the whole world. So for us, it was like none of us, and when we first got in, Horizon World seemed so far behind Rec Room or VR
Well,
chat
they were
that it
just-
was
yeah.
like. It was like, oh, why would I go? Because I only tried the beta. I haven't been back in since
been
until
now,
this
though,
because
I
of
think.
you.
Yeah.
It has come a ways. I will give it that. But it's still kind of like people wonder, why do people hang out in Horizon? What's the point? But I will say I kind of see it because when I first started Rec Room, it was in beta. and it was a lot more grown up, a lot more mature. And then as it went free and got bigger, it got populated with a lot of the kids. Which
kids.
kids,
Yeah,
kids
that's
are
like
great
a
and all.
kid
that
doing
you
it all.
said.
I hear Rec
But-
Room and I immediately associate it with kids. Like in my mind, I've never even tried it.
It'll happen to
Yeah.
Horizon too, though. Just
Yeah,
give it
I
time.
hope not.
Oh, no, I hope
Which
not.
one's the
So do you like go on to VR chats like often?
No, Rec Room was actually the one I used the most. I've been in VR chat some. We used to record our podcast exclusively in VR chat.
Oh wow.
But VR chat's just so dicey. There's so many
Dicey.
dangerous situations you're gonna end up in if you're in there.
Explain the dangerous
Edgy.
situations, please.
Teenagers
to
who
know.
think they're gonna be edgy and walk in avatars that are just offensive or spouting off slurs that are offensive, stuff like that.
I've
can
never had
happen
that. I
in
usually
VR
just go there
chat.
by myself though and watch a movie alone. Sad.
Yeah,
I can't
see,
even
that's-
concentrate on what you're saying because your facial expressions are so cute.
I know. Yes, you need to show us all the facial expressions. By the way, Jay Bratt is a MetaQuest partner, as I mentioned. So when did you become a MetaQuest partner?
I think December
Meta partner.
is when
MetaQuest or Meta partner.
I actually almost missed it, the whole thing, because the first email they sent me asking me got caught in my spam folder.
Oh no!
And I didn't check my spam very much back then, so it was like a
Ah.
month later that I saw it. And if I
Oh.
hadn't saw it, it would have gotten deleted eventually.
Oh
So,
no!
Oh, thank
yeah,
God.
it was like December. I think the program started actually only about 3 or 4 months before I joined, and it was just this way that Meta wants to. They want to have people that are the first ones who get the new headsets and get new games and can share them. But I told them when we sat down, I was like, a lot of my videos are pretty harsh on Meta and
I know,
Facebook
yeah.
in general. And so I was like, is that something that's going to be a problem? Because if it's a problem, I'm not going to join. And they said they want the critical feedback. They want
Yeah,
the real
that's
opinions.
how you
and-
grow. That's how you grow and
Yes,
get
you don't, like,
better,
Just say something's nice even though it isn't. I mean,
yeah,
just because you got it for free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No one's going to
exactly.
believe you.
Yeah. So I've continued to keep the same tone since, and I haven't gotten in
Yeah.
trouble yet, which I thought
No,
I
and you're
would.
so good at it though, because you go over everything that everybody can think of, and you go over it so thoroughly that it makes it really informative and fun to watch, I think. So
I like when you break
good.
stuff. So when you're going to break anything next, like, it takes headset.
People keep asking about the Quest Pro, like when am I going to durability? But I
No,
only have
don't
the
break the
one.
Quest
I don't
Pro.
wanna- I only have
Don't break
one,
that
so I don't
one.
wanna test it
You
too
take
hard.
like what is it called? Like the third party
head
attachable
straps
parts,
and
like
stuff.
straps and things, and you throw them down or drive a car over it or and just check how
Well, I'm
good
not
they are.
trying. That time I was trying to break. That was Meta's own strap that had been known for breaking. So I was trying to see what it took to break one. Normally in my reviews, I don't try to
okay.
break anything.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
I flex something, see if it's gonna last you. And sometimes things break. It's never intentional.
Sure. Do not break the MetaQuest Pro. Now tell us about it. So show us all the facial expressions you can do. Hey, Puprin, come closer.
So basically, it tracks your eyes, your mouth, and actually even your eyebrows. So like, I try to raise an
Wow, so
eyebrow,
creepy.
which is a little awkward because you have a headset on there. It is kind of blocking that, but it does seem to see the eyebrows, the mouth. But if I stick my tongue out, that doesn't show. Or if I cross my eyes, that doesn't show. But obviously, turning my eyes
Oh, yeah,
around,
that's
you can
so
you
cool.
can wink,
The wink.
you can blink.
Yeah, with the
can even, like,
eyebrows. Yeah.
I'm squinting right now. I don't know if that really
Oh
shows
yeah.
very
You
well.
can
Or
Roll
my
your
eyes are
eyes.
wide now.
Roll them over.
I know everybody talks about the eye roll and the yawn.
Eye roll's fun.
Like, oh please.
Yeah, I think mine will be. I'll be in perpetual eye roll mode if I have that. So the yawn's so cute. Oh my god! Remember I mentioned the message on
Commitment.
Instagram. Jay, were you
Yeah.
out partying? And I was right.
I was home partying, but yes, yeah.
Mm,
It was
partying,
we
yeah.
had like 20 people show up, so it
Oh,
was a
how
very
fun.
full. It was a very full.
Everybody
Yeah.
all decked out in costumes and
Yeah,
what
I
were you for
actually had
Halloween?
gotten. I was kind of V for Vendetta, but a very cheap version because I was so
Cheap.
busy decorating.
He was
The
But I
wild blood
didn't,
version
of
hey?
it.
I didn't have time. But we had gotten this like little mini Miss Pac-Man arcade game, and so we used that as the prize when everybody voted on who had the best costume, and then the winner won this little mini Miss Pac-Man game. You can actually play. It's like a little
Nice.
arcade game like this big.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's so cute. Mhm. Where was my party invite? I didn't get one.
I know. She would have
I-
gone too.
I told you there's something wrong with my Instagram. So like obviously the million messages and invites and everything
Oh,
I send
yeah,
you just never come through. I don't know
It's
why.
weird. There's a problem with Instagram. What the heck?
It looks like a
So
steering
tell us
wheel.
the new headset that you got. When did you actually get it? You got it before all of us, I'm sure. So,
Yeah, I got it slightly before launch. I can't say exact, but not just a matter of days before launch.
Okay, cool.
And it was a whirlwind because I wanted to get the video out launch day. So editor John and I were up for like 24 hours straight working on
Oh my
testing the
God.
headset every way we could, having to constantly recharge it between stuff and then editing the video all to get it out on time. But it was luckily I had also gotten to go to LA the week before and try one in
Nice.
person for a demo. So I already kind of had some ideas
Yeah.
of how to use it and what I had done,
Yeah.
but it still was a very intense period of time trying to get through all the tests we wanted to before it launched. And even then I went through a lot, but there's still a lot we haven't done yet that I need to mess around with and show off with the headset.
So is it worth it? It's a question for everyone. Everyone wants to know the question.
I mean,
the answer to that.
I may not be the right person to answer this. For some people out there, keep in mind, $1,500, that's a lot of money in my mind. Like some
It
people,
is a lot. It's a good
some people
chunk. Yeah.
can blow through $1,500 in a weekend and not like think, oh my gosh, what have I done? I would be like, oh wow, I just made a mistake. So this headset, if it was $1,000, I might be like, okay, I can stretch and buy that and it's worth it. But
That's
$1,500 is
how
just
I feel.
too much
I know.
money.
I'm like, yeah, not. And so I was thinking, what does it benefit me as a creator to, and it's not really for exclusively Horizon Worlds, and it doesn't benefit anything other than the facial, expressions, which is really cool. But is it $1,500 cool?
Is a wink worth $1,500?
Yeah, exactly.
How many people have you winked at already?
I feel like for you, actually, with how much time you spend in Horizon, I kind of feel like it might add enough to it that maybe you'd think,
how much time
it.
do I spend in here? I feel like I'm being targeted.
Oh, poor Pixie. Just
being in old space.
She doesn't
occasionally.
Yeah, as far as I know, you take care of your kid and you play Horizon Worlds. That's the only two things you do in my mind.
And I cook food. I cook supper too.
Yeah.
I go to gym as well. I do gym.
Yay!
Even though no one sees my
Wait,
hot
some
body
porn.
on this. It's okay. It's okay.
Aw.
Okay, back to my question. So let's go. So the podcast, like you said, you started 2 years ago. Is the podcast actually monetized?
The podcast gets sponsored, so it makes money through that. It's close on YouTube to being monetized, which is actually a huge accomplishment for a YouTube podcast because they typically aren't. Because the problem is you have to get so many watch hours, and a podcast is not great for getting watch hours.
Yeah.
It's easier like listen to. Yeah, I think.
Yeah. We get lots of, supposedly it's one of the top VR podcasts according to a couple websites and Google stuff, but it's so hard with podcasts to know if that's true. Like you don't, it's not like YouTube where it's pretty clear views and subscribers and all, you can look at it all. With podcasts, you kind of just put it out there and you're kind of like, I wonder, how far this goes or what, but we enjoy it. My wife Nat, she helps a lot with it now. She does the emails and schedules the guests and gets all kinds of people on it, which is
business,
really good.
the office work, the legwork for it.
Yeah,
boring stuff.
He's just the face. He's just the face behind everything. I think.
Yeah.
You have to wear so many hats while you're doing it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So it's hard, but yeah, I enjoy doing the podcast. It lets me explore more of the side of VR that I don't get to as much on the channel, which is everything outside of gaming. Like we talk about games too, but we interview VR filmmakers and people that want to build a metaverse and these people that are using it for education or to help seniors with their memory. Like all these things that are really cool that aren't just playing games. Because I love gaming, but I want to see the technology take the entire our whole society into a better future too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's very philosophical.
Well, it has the power to do better. And I think people always look at new technology as like this fear of like, oh no, it's going to be the dystopian Ready Player One future where everyone's in their crappy trailers and they're stacked up 50 high. And it doesn't need to be that.
So you like games. I know you used to play, my arms are twisty. You used to play lots of Beat Saber and do like live video with Beat Saber and invite people over to join you. So you still do that?
So fun.
I haven't done it as much lately. I still love Beat Saber, but I've been like, Nat and her family, we all are doing Supernatural kind of as a challenge against each other, like with each other, against or whatever.
I haven't been
I've been doing Supernatural. I know. I've been
way ahead of you now.
I've been doing it every day for like 3 months now. And so it's hard to
Wow.
think about like after that also doing Beat Saber streams and stuff too.
It's like the
and-
It is kind
same.
of tiring.
It's a
Do you have
workout.
Supernatural? You use it too?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have it, and it's like, yeah,
Nice.
it's pretty intense. Like when you get
must
into
add you
all
to
the
my scoreboard.
motions and the different things. Yeah,
They
then
just added knee
It's hard for me
kicks.
to do
Yeah.
with my daughter because sometimes she like jumps
it's
big
kind of
around
like
me. I can't
Beat
see her.
Saber on
And she gets,
crack.
I hit her head a few times with my
Oh
hand.
no, it's
Well,
not
now
good.
they've added knee kicks. So
Yeah,
Oh, that's so
that's
cool.
what
Oh,
I
I need to
daughter,
check
that's
that out.
I
that's
haven't
really
checked that out
dangerous with
yet.
a kid though, because
Yeah,
that's right at
it's
the
not
kid's
good.
height with your knee.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
When I put it in a cage or
Kick her across
something.
the room.
Oh no. Poor
That's the
Dee.
thing. I don't have a big space to do like stuff like that. Like
I know. I don't.
because we live
either,
in
I
a
don't.
condo and it's just like
Yeah.
there's furniture wherever the furniture should be and there's no empty rooms. Like so it's like kind of hard to do like Supernatural
Yeah.
like easily. Unless I got outdoors. You can't go outdoors with your headset, I'm assuming. So light and all that. Yeah. Have you tried
Well,
that? Taking your headset outside and see what happens to the screen.
Yes, obviously Meta doesn't want you to do it, and they even claim that it could damage the outside of the headset now, not just the inside if it's in direct sun.
What?
But I will
That's
say
weird.
I tried it once. I took the headset outside, and it tracks beautifully even during the day outside.
Really?
Okay.
But again, you
never
shouldn't do
used
it.
it
Risk
out-
of damage,
yeah.
blah blah blah. But it is pretty nice if it's like a cloudy day or something. You don't have to worry
I was
about
gonna
direct
say,
sunshine.
Like, could you do it
can
into
have
this,
all
like
the
the
space.
shade, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, like go undercover like
shade
deck or
work,
something.
yeah.
It's outdoors, but
Yeah.
like outdoorsy, like like the sun. It's gonna
Yeah.
beat down on you. Oh yeah. So one question, I noticed that you have this. You on YouTube, you posted about spending 10 days in VR. Please tell us how that went. It sounds hectic. 10 days. Oh my god.
Last
Tell us how
year-
you did that.
I think it was almost exactly a year ago. We hit 10K on YouTube, and some people had said, "What if you tried a 10-day in VR challenge to celebrate 10K?" And I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And I streamed the whole thing, mostly for posterity, because I knew someone was going to come after the fact and be like, "Oh, this was fake. You didn't really do this." And so I streamed the whole thing. The rules were eating, sleeping, going to the bathroom. It all had to be in VR. The only
my
break I
gosh,
gave myself
God.
was to be able
How
to
did you
take
go
a
to
shower.
the bathroom in VR?
I know, right?
Have you really never in the middle of your Horizon World?
No, I haven't.
Put the headset
No.
on. It's
Nope.
easy. I mean, you just
No.
walk in the bathroom with the
You
headset
have to
on.
keep
Nobody
changing your
knows.
boundaries and stuff though.
I know, it's
That's
You just
annoying.
include the bathroom in the Guardian.
You're like
Oh
Or it
walking
goes
the
into-
whole
It
house.
goes into pass through if you step out. It's actually even better. You step out of your play space, it goes to pass through, and then you can kind of see what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. Why? Yeah, I'm not even ask what you're seeing, what you're doing
He's
there,
not
but
quite
anyway.
making it in the toilet. He's like,
He's missed
your
his
wife's
bus there.
like, oh my god, were you VR and peeing again?
Wait. Oh my
I
god.
can see
Okay,
it.
that's
You work
too
more.
much
You work more off
information there.
sound, off sound than
So-
visual.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
basically could shower with you had to take it off to shower. And how many minutes was that? Like 20 minutes or so?
I allowed myself 30-minute shower breaks twice a day because I was also exercising in the headset every morning. So
Oh,
usually
yeah.
I'd wake up,
Okay.
I'd get into Beat Saber, play that with people and live
my
stream, and
gosh.
then I'd go take a quick shower, come back, spend the afternoon, eat lunch in it, play some
my
single player
gosh.
games in it.
How do
Then
you
usually
eat
in
with
the
this? It's so
evenings.
hard. Like I think maybe it's my face size. It's like it feels like it's
That-
already it's like almost like my mouth, my headset. That's how low it
Oh,
goes.
yeah, mine is too.
Well, see, if you didn't have your strap, if you had a Halo strap, you can have it up a little higher and out of your
Okay, what
face
did
a
you
little
send me in
more.
that package, by the way? So Jay
I was
sent me a
hoping it'd
box
be
of
here.
stuff.
was
Oh,
hoping
Oh
it'd
yeah,
be
it'd
here
be
by
cool
the
if it was. I
podcast.
could have opened it on camera or something.
I know.
Yeah, but like Jay sent me a bunch of stuff. I know there's a mug in there. That's all I
you
know. I'm
got
not sure what else
stuff
is.
that
It's a
I didn't?
big box.
That's kind of messed up. Just
Uh,
joking.
you didn't
Just
ask.
messing.
For
It's
fun, you know.
okay. I should be getting my swag any day now. So
I guess you
I'll
got
have-
stuff from the competition, hey?
Yeah.
It's probably
I
some
did.
of the
Well, I
things,
haven't
actually,
gotten
yeah.
it yet. Somebody stole my package, and I had to.
What?
I had to like call. Well, I didn't call. I had
Oh
to
my
email. I had to email the company that sent it and have them resend it and use a different carrier because the carrier that I have it stopped in like Oregon and it just like never made it past that point.
Oh
Someone,
wow.
yeah.
I intercepted it, I guess.
I know.
I'm in
Jay.
Oregon.
He's in Oregon. Then. Are you in Oregon?
Oh, you are? Was
Awesome,
it you?
yeah.
I see how you
It
are.
was him. So he
I got
sent
the
it to
swag
me.
bag.
Space
Nice.
package, he
He
took it
sent
to me. Now you know what happened to it.
I'm like, that looks familiar.
It was some cool swag though, wasn't it? Like a backpack or like a
yeah,
jacket?
it's like I think it's like
yeah.
okay, so it's like a coffee mug and it's not a backpack. I
coffee
think
mug.
it's
I
like
have
a
the coffee mug.
laptop case with
Oh,
like
cool.
a USB port and then like a blanket and like an idea writing pad for like your ideas for
Wait.
creating
Is
in
this
Horizon World.
this Quest or is this
From Meta.
Horizon
It's
World swag?
Horizon World. So
Need some swag
That's
from
cool.
Horizon.
If you're into
Yeah.
Horizons, I'm sure it's really awesome. It's great. I'm very
So the
happy. for
person
you.
who
yeah, I
stole
can
it
tell
has no
by
idea
your
what they
facial
stole.
expressions. You're really excited about that.
I'm gonna turn my face software off. I
Aw.
can't poker face anymore.
Boo.
Oh my god, we got so off topic here. What happened? What the hell are we talking about?
You happened.
Oh, the 10 days. Yeah, we're talking about 10 days in
Oh, yeah.
we got off topic weird. 10 days in in VR. Yeah. So what else did you do?
So, I mean, summarize the whole thing so we don't go too far with it. But like, it was actually a learning experience. Like, I thought it'd be really way harder than it was. Was probably the biggest surprise. Like, I thought it would just be awful.
Really?
And it turns out, like you probably know you both spend a chunk of time in VR. It
Yeah.
actually is a lot more livable than you think it is right now. Like, obviously, you wouldn't normally be sleeping in a headset, even if you wanted to spend all day in a headset.
Right.
That was the worst part, was trying to sleep in
Oh,
my
I'm
I can
sure.
imagine. How did you could
So
have to sleep on your
uncomfortable.
back the whole time, like you're pregnant. Like seriously, that's hard.
Well, yes and no. So on your side is okay too, as long as the headset's resting on your pillow.
Did time go by so fast compared to real life? Because I know for me, the clock just when I'm in
Yeah.
Horizon, it
Didn't
goes
just go by fast. It went by weird. Like, I
Yeah.
no longer, because I was in a room that was completely blocked off from the world, so I didn't really,
Yeah.
couldn't tell when it
There's
was
like
day or
no
night.
time of day or night. Yeah.
And the weirdest part was like when it was all over, the next night after it was done, I got in my normal bed with my wife because I'd been sleeping in an air mattress on camera this whole time. And
Oh, God.
instead of thinking, like, we get back from vacation, you lay in your bed and like you're like, oh, it's been so long since I've been in this bed. It felt like I had been gone one night. Like, I
Really?
could
Oh
not-
my gosh.
I couldn't in my
Time just
mind decipher
flowed into
which day was
one.
which.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, it was like it was just one stretch of time,
Oh my
and then it was like
gosh.
the next night I was back in my bed. It was very
It's so weird. Hey?
Oh,
That's how
that
it
is
feels for me too.
weird.
Like
I know.
I come on here and I'll bowl for maybe like it seems like 5 minutes, and I look at the clock and 2 hours have passed. Yeah.
Well, I have a question for you.
Hmm?
Because when I invited you to come on our podcast, you said it
Yeah.
seemed like such a weird and foreign idea, and you weren't exactly on board. You said yes, but you weren't like a podcast.
Yes.
I love podcasts. It was like a weird thing for you, and then all of a
'Cause
sudden
this
you're
is my
starting a
first
podcast.
podcast. I
So I kind of
know.
wondered, did it have anything to do with that? Like, how did this happen?
Actually, it is weird. A few of my friends said I have a very interesting personality. So they said I should actually start a podcast or something. And then Purple said, let's build a podcast studio. Well, she pulled it up. She built
Yeah.
it. So
I was like, I'm. Oh.
I know
was
people
like-
say I'm quite like entertaining to chat to. So it's a few friends who
Yeah,
said that.
I just
and, like,
thought Trixie would. She did such a good job on your show, and I'm like, she would do great. I've seen several people doing different podcasts in the metaverse and doing it specifically in Horizon World, and I'm like, Trixie would be amazing at that. And so, yeah, so built the studio. We kind of just like
It's been
meshed
fun, though.
ideas and blended ideas. Yeah, she picked all the colors, so all the colors are her. It's her color scheme. If you haven't noticed, it's a little pink and purple,
It's
but
very dark walls.
yeah,
actually, that wall is a glass. You can like change. You can actually make it like clear too. if you
Yeah.
want. But yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
But actually, the thing was, when you asked me to be on the podcast, I was like a bit surprised because no one actually wants to listen to what I have to say ever. So I was like, what do I have to like offer you? Like, so that's the kind of the shock part. Because seriously, I've never actually been on a podcast before, basically. So
And so
That was
after
the
that,
first
you knew
time.
you realized that you have something to offer the world, and
That's the
you're,
thing I didn't
you're
know.
Right.
because
living your
Absolutely.
vision now.
I
yeah.
lost my arm.
And she's really good at it. And she did all the editing for the video that we did on our first one, and then created the Spotify and got that all set up and everything.
yeah, we have.
So
You must listen to
yeah.
Spotify. It's like,
Yeah.
yay, Spotify.
learning things she didn't know before.
But
so
yeah, I
it's been a
didn't know.
learning
I didn't know a
process
lot.
and Fun.
Yeah, but yeah, so
So-
it's like, because I haven't actually worked since I used to work in South Africa, so like haven't worked almost 10 years now. So I'm like, what do I have to like give people? Like, I'm
Goals.
basically a mother at home, and I'm not even a good mother. That's all I do. Yeah, so I was like, but I was actually I was very excited to be on your podcast, even though it probably didn't look like that. I think I was more like in shock and surprise. So, but it's actually lots of fun, and that kind of inspired me too. Like, hey, I could probably do this too. And at that time when I was on your podcast, I mentioned I'm never gonna build ever. Like all my friends build. Like she's one of the friends I mentioned. She's a builder.
Mhm.
So creator actually you call them. So like I'm like, no, I'm never gonna do this. And then I started creating also. So it's kind of weird how things go. Never say never, I guess.
First.
So are you gonna start creating in Horizon Worlds? Probably not. You have no time for that. But like, you ever thought of making like a YouTube channel for yourself, like
that. That is a,
Aw.
no,
is a
seriously,
hard
you
never.
could just make like a little world for yourself with your
You
YouTube
wanna
information or something. Yeah, like something like
make
that.
some
you know?
world.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Horizon Worlds. I'm not
Oh,
someone that would create, and I can definitely
We
confirm
That's awesome. It's fun. Super fun.
I'm sure
it's
it
actually
is.
very therapeutic. I do it
Like-
for like almost like because it's like so calming. I think to build because like I'm with the
It
child
really
the whole
is.
day
You
and
get
she's
in your
loud and
zone.
noisy.
Yeah.
If I
Go in
create
here and you can
something,
just
I'll
like,
create
yeah.
something in Minecraft, not Horizon Worlds.
Oh, speaking of
kind of
Minecraft,
like
so what games
Minecraft.
do you play? Like you like games? I'm assuming lots of games. What's your favorite?
I mean, I got Beat Saber is probably the game I've played the most. I was recently playing Into the Radius though, and that was
What's
a
that
really
about?
compelling game. It's a survival game that's set in like a post-apocalyptic Russia, kind of, and it's
Russia.
brutal.
Sounds
Like,
familiar.
yeah, yeah.
It sounds like normal Russia, doesn't it?
I know,
Oh,
right?
no. Oh no,
God.
this is getting too topical.
No.
But it's really cool. So you go into this, they call it the Radius, and it's this.
Mhm.
It's an interesting explanation for it because what it is it's this dangerous zone, and when you walk into it, time moves faster. So every like few
Oh, wow.
seconds is a minute of time, and yet there are
It's
these
Horizon
boundaries
World.
because it's
Yeah,
inside
basically.
of it. Yeah. But there's kind of an interesting storyline, but you really have to look for it. But the game overall is just a brutal survival game, and it's tedious, but for some reason I really enjoyed it. Yeah, very realistic though, very hard to.
And do you like
survive.
shooting games? I know you play like some shooting games and stuff. I've seen
I'm
them.
not into. I don't play the big shooters a lot. Like I'll get into Pavlov with some friends and play Pavlov or something. But typically, like if I'm gonna get into VR or something, I might play Pistol Whip or Beat Saber. I spent a lot of time into the race. There's a lot of stuff on PSVR I really liked actually that I can't wait for PSVR 2 because PSVR had a lot of really big good games, and we need more of that because the Quest is fun, but a lot of the games just don't have the depth I'm looking for. A lot
The
of them
real,
are
like the
short.
realism of it, basically.
Or like
So, yeah.
the hours,
Do
you
you
know, like
ever
the hours.
do you
can
use
put
your
in.
computer when you're using your headset? Do you do the
I used to mostly play PC VR, but when
Airlink?
I had my Rift
Yeah.
S, I don't do it as much with the Quest. It's a little bit more of a pain in the butt than having an actual
Really?
PC. Yeah.
Really?
Having an actual PC dedicated headset is just easy. This thing, the link cable has issues sometimes, or the headset's
okay.
Sometimes it
draining
does,
power.
yeah.
And it's just
Yeah.
it's not as good of an experience as owning a Rift S was. A Rift S was just you put it on and you were in, and it usually
Oh,
worked. There was some
really?
glitches, but the
There was
Quest
no
is a-
like hookup process where you had to do this
Yeah,
and that.
there's
It
no
is a little
battery to worry about.
cumbersome.
It is.
Trying to
It
So
is.
you've
go
used a
back
lot
and
of
forth.
different headsets. So how immersive is the Quest 2 compared to like the others that you tried?
Actually, it's one of the less immersive of all, sadly.
Oh,
Oh, really?
The Quest 2, it's heavy on your face. It doesn't feel good.
It is heavy,
It's
yeah.
uncomfortable. The screen does not have great colors. It doesn't have great darks. But you're wireless and you're free. So that's probably the most immersive thing about it. You know,
Yeah.
there's nothing tugging on
well, I'm
your
wired
head.
right now, but
You're-
okay.
See? And that's a problem. But
The
no, there
battery
were,
life sucks. Oof.
yeah, the battery life can be rough, and there's a lot of ways to fix that. Bobo VR products are great for making it more comfortable and giving you a battery on it that lasts longer. But overall, like when I think about like the most immersive moments I've ever had in VR, none of them were on the Quest.
Oh,
Maybe
wow.
one.
Really?
Maybe Space Pirate Arena, where you like set up a huge play space and you walk with your actual legs instead of your control sticks. That's probably about as immersive as the Quest 2 can get because you're wireless. You can actually do that. But I think that the Quest 3 will be much better, and I'm excited for that. But
I'm
the Quest 2
looking forward to
definitely.
that
Get
one.
that
Yeah,
instead.
that's the one I want.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for.
Hopefully
Well,
it's
yeah, and
lighter.
it looks like that. It
Yeah.
looks like a lighter version of the Quest Pro, and I think they'll have they can learn from the Quest Pro to make the Quest 3 even better. So I think it's going to be the next big go-to headset for people.
Yeah, after they like listen to all of Jay's criticism about the Quest Pro, they'll be like,
They
"Hey, we need
announced
to
they
fix
were going to
this."
release it next year, right? I wonder what
Which day
time
though?
next-
Like,
I have
which
no
month?
idea. I didn't hear that.
Do you know,
Jay?
What
You
can't
about
tell us.
You would know.
I mean, when did this come out? What month was that? I would guess they would follow suit, but
Yeah.
who knows?
This came out. I'm not
That's
sure. I only
probably
got this
true,
for
huh?
Christmas, so probably just before Christmas, I assume.
And when did the Quest Pro come out?
Like last
in
week.
October. So what the
So like
Quest
just
2
before
then
Christmas.
came out? Yeah.
Like-
Oh, so you tell me just
Are you not getting the facial expressions?
The side eye look over here. I forget that you can see my
So
eyes.
next
and what I'm
October?
looking.
I think
I
you're on
don't know.
October.
If I had
You
to
don't
put
know?
money
I mean,
on it, I
you're
would
totally
guess.
missing a winking opportunity here. Like,
Yeah, come on.
I'm guessing. I don't actually know, but if I had to guess, it seems like every October is kind of when things keep
Oh, maybe.
happening.
Hey, maybe it's a trend.
yeah.
Could be right,
Is
actually,
Is
because
that,
we don't
is
actually
that
know
when
the
the
trend.
Quest
Yeah.
2 came out? Was last October?
Well, I think it was 2 Octobers ago.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's been out
So
for 2
that's what I
years.
thought. That's what
But
I
then
out
the
for 2
Quest
years,
1,
this.
the Quest
Wow.
1 came out a year before that, around
Okay.
the Quest 1 actually came out, I think, in May of that year. But yeah.
Yeah.
So it could be different. You never know. Yeah. But yeah, I think just before Christmas is probably when they should release the headset
Yeah.
because that's when everyone's going to get
Mhm.
it anyway. So like
Yeah.
maybe a month or two before Christmas. So
If there's any kid
October
that has a
seems
Quest
like a good
Pro
one.
under their tree, though, that is a spoiled kid, I've got to say.
Yeah.
Could you imagine buying a
$1,500
headset
Oh, I
for your
know.
kid for
I
Christmas?
know. No, I couldn't. I mean,
I'm hoping
really.
to get one for Christmas. It doesn't look like it's going to happen though.
Aw.
It's like, hey, I never see you anymore. Like you and you have this headset. Imagine with another headset, what you're gonna do? Around. Like, no. I'm sad. This is when I should be working.
Aw. Maybe next year.
We need a sugar daddy. Take this off.
That's going in.
You're getting off
I
track
know.
again. Yeah, let's go back. So, like you said, you're very into the future of VR. So, where do you see VR going in the next 5 years or so? What do you see like for VR, like changes and
I think
possibilities?
we'll see a lot more headsets doing what this Quest Pro does, which is taking AR and VR and merging them together as XR. Like this can do everything. I think we'll start to see that with all kinds of headsets because it's
Like
nice
mixed
because if you want,
reality,
if you want to do mixed reality in this headset, you can do it. The camera's not amazing, but it works. But then if I want to play Beat Saber, I can go into Beat Saber. It's completely immersive. I'm not seeing my room anymore. But it looks like there's potentially a Beat Saber version coming where you still see the blocks and see
Yeah,
your
that's
sabers,
cool.
but
I
you see
saw
your
that,
actual
yeah.
room. So for people like
Like
you who have a
MetaConnect.
kid around,
Mm.
you know, it'd be a lot safer.
Wouldn't damage my
Just
child.
being it all day long.
Yeah.
Half
We'll
in
see
and
more
half out.
and more devices that are meant to be worn
Yeah.
all day. Things that aren't just put it on
But it
and
has
take it
to
off.
get
Like
smaller. I
something
think this
that
is way too
runs.
big for like
Yep.
something. It needs to become like a pair of glasses. That's what I think.
This
Yeah.
is getting there. When you try this, you'll be like, okay, I'm seeing
Does
it.
it
It's still,
hurt
it's
your
still a ways
forehead?
off.
Does it hurt your forehead? Because I've heard from a couple people
Yeah,
when they
people
wear
say
it
it's
too
kinda
long,
heavy.
it starts to kind of like put pressure right between the eyes. And
I haven't had it between the eyes. My problem is I get kind of on, like, I don't know what you'd call them, your forehead humps. Kind of like if your
Yeah.
forehead isn't round, if your forehead's more
Oh, God.
squared.
I don't have
those
any
two
forehead humps,
edges.
but I believe you.
If you had a square head, you'd understand. It's like these two
Humpy
spots
head.
right here is where it kind of pushes over time.
Yeah.
That it gets a
Like
little
where your
uncomfortable overall.
eyebrows like start.
Like
Yeah.
like above your eyebrows, like right
Yeah.
above.
So it
them.
depends on the shape of your
Yeah.
head. The comfort depends on what forehead size.
Yeah,
shape you have, I
Exactly.
guess.
It's not
true.
adjustable though either. Like you
Okay.
can't push it in
Yeah.
and out to adjust for
That's
different
kinda sad.
sizes.
Well, the problem is you can the pad can move back and forth, but the pad is always the same kind of round shape. So if that
Oh.
shape isn't exactly to your head, you're just kind of out of luck. Like
Oh yeah.
if you don't have the
Yeah.
perfect
So
head
they need
shape
some
for this
square
thing.
pads, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just need some alternate. They unsnap, so I'm guessing there will be alternate
They
pads
probably will
coming.
be. Oh, cool. So they might get different pads. Okay. so
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah, just not yet.
Wait, what about they have this light blocker? You said it's $50 and it's not worth it. I saw a video about that.
Yeah.
So what does it do?
Well, it completely. So like right now, I can see out the sides because I don't have any light blockers installed. Meta made this full coverage light blocker for people who want it to be really immersive. But what I found was if it's on, you can't put your headset on the charger. So you have to take it off every
Oh,
single
shoot.
time to put it on.
That's
And-
a design flaw.
Yeah, at that price, $50 plus the 1,500 you spent, that just
Mhm.
kind of got under my that kind of grinds my
Yeah, that's-
gears, I guess.
That
because
was yeah. I would
price
need
should-
to have
yeah.
that block. And to have I mean it should have just been included with the
I think
kit
so, hey,
itself.
'cause,
There's
yeah.
no reason why.
well, and
it
they
should
include
have
two
been,
little
like-
ones that cover the sides at least, but not the
Yeah,
bottom.
but under the nose, yeah.
I
But
don't
you even
know, I'm
mentioned like it
interested to
doesn't fully
hear.
cover under your nose because it depends on your nose shape. I'm
Yeah.
guessing also.
Yeah.
Is that you
Same.
who were saying it's probably
Yes,
not
he
gonna
did a
come
video
out
on that.
till like December, right?
It's
for the
that's when people
nose.
who pre-order it says they're supposed to arrive, but I'm wondering if they'll make the
Oh,
last
okay.
minute change or something to fix it. So
Yeah.
They should.
Yeah.
we'll see.
Okay, listen to your MetaQuest partners. That's what they're here for.
Yeah.
I hope so. They did actually comment
Are you
on
called a MetaQuest
video.
partner or Meta partner? That's the thing. I got the name. Do I have it wrong?
Technically, when they first approached me, I think it was called a Quest. But gosh, was it still Oculus Quest then? It was
Yes,
an
yeah.
Oculus Quest brand ambassador, or
Okay,
the
well,
alternate name was a Quest 2 partner, which is what I
That's
use because I
easier.
feel like I'm not really a brand ambassador because I'm still over here talking crap even on this podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Aw.
But a partner is someone that tells you when you
The
need to
truth,
make a change. A
Okay.
partner's in it with you. I'm invested in the future of VR, so I want to be here to help Meta do better, not just be here telling them they're doing a great job if they're not. So.
Exactly, because you need
Yeah.
to you only learn from your
Yeah,
mistakes basically, and they make a lot of mistakes, don't they?
Constructive criticism is everything, I think. That's how we all learn and grow. So it's good. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think there's
so-
anything
phrased
bad in that. It's
nicely.
not like you're.
Or not nicely. Whatever feels appropriate at the moment.
Yeah. So you believe that one day we maybe in the next 10 years, maybe I don't know, maybe even sooner, we'll all be using headsets and walking around. I can't
think
walk
that-
around walking indoors.
I think that there will still be people that are resistant. Even, I mean, it might take 30 years because you think about right now, all of us are going to be like, oh, we use tech and we embrace tech. Obviously, we're in here on a podcast in tech, but there are still people that go to the AT&T store to pay their phone bill in cash.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That
Like people
exists.
using cash.
People, there are.
What's
So
cash?
it takes time for adoption. Yeah.
Yeah.
But those people will be dead by then, I'm assuming anyway. I'm assuming they're old people.
Oh my God.
I don't know. People keep living longer and longer. I mean,
Poor people.
So bad.
I feel
Not
like
in
that may
America. We're on a decline.
I think the younger people are probably going to embrace the technology more than older people. I think I don't know because we're more open
It's
to
so
stuff
funny
like that.
though. The younger
Yeah.
people aren't really all into the Quest and Horizon.
I think because it's made by
Like-
Facebook. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't like Facebook, so they won't buy because
Yeah.
of that. But they probably buy another brand headset. I think TikTok made their own headset, Pico. Have you tested that? Are you going to test that?
No, it's not.
Pico?
It's not in the U.S. I'm hoping to get one here somehow, but they've
So you
only
could compare
launched
it. That'd be
in
kinda cool,
Europe and
actually.
Asia so
Mm.
far. So, yeah, hoping to get
'cause
my
I-
hands on one.
China.
That would be
I heard,
nice.
I heard some
Yeah.
people talk about this. They ordered it. I'm not sure when they're gonna get it though. But yeah, it looks very similar to the Oculus, the Quest. It's almost the same. China made it. Probably copied someone. No offense, China. Oh God, take that out.
We'll edit that one out too, along with the Russia comment.
This is we have Russia bombing us here in our podcast studio.
I need
We
that.
sent the Russian spy over for us.
Hack
I
in
should leave.
here.
This is
Just
getting,
delete
this is getting a
everything.
little, this is getting a little wild. I'm getting worried about this episode.
So let's wrap it up. So do you have anything else to add? Do you want to mention anything? What you think about, Horizon Worlds right now that you've been here, but
I mean, I think it's coming along. I think thanks to the builders, which is what it's going to take. It's going to continue to get better, but I find that's kind of a funny approach. That's Meta made the bones and then said, okay, you should build it. Which
yeah.
yes,
Build it
but
and build
also
Yeah.
also they
build
should
too, though,
also be making better, more high quality experiences. And I don't know, I haven't been in it long enough to see if that's the case. But when I was first in it, some of their stuff was really boring. So hopefully now it's
Yeah,
better.
It has
got a
really
few
come a
new
long
ones,
way. Like the guy that we just interviewed, Dropshot, he does really immersive experiences.
Yeah, he's
and
all scary
we have
world. You
some
should
really
check him out.
amazing
Yeah.
creators
Does he
like
work
Dan
with Meta?
Tanzer.
No, he's
No,
actually not even
no.
he's not even in
Yeah.
computers. He's basically
And then-
a normal person.
Yeah.
He works
Dan
with trees. He
Tanzer is
says.
an amazing creator
Yeah.
in Horizon Worlds. He does he helps he's contracted through Inspire, which is the main company, the biggest company that's building worlds for corporations like Cheetos and Target and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is Meta
Yeah.
themselves making Arena Clash? Did they make that or did someone else create that?
God knows.
'Cause that's,
Okay,
that's the
so the
big thing,
guy
right?
who I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe the guy who made it used to be, he was just a
Work with Meta?
creator, and then I believe that Meta hired him
Okay.
on, and so he works for them. And so, but I could be wrong, so don't call me. I'll have to check on.
I think the thing that would be cool for your podcast next as a challenge is go with some other adults who know Rec Room and go try out stuff in Rec Room and kind of report back where is Horizon in its evolution versus how far Rec
I actually
Room
haven't
has
been to
gone.
Rec Room. I do have a profile. That's about it. Yeah.
But you can't build in Rec Room. You can't be in the headset and build in Rec Room, correct? It's through Unity or another 3D.
No,
building.
all building is done in Rec Room through VR, I think.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
VR
that.
chat
That's
is
cool.
one. VR chat's one that you like use Unity, but Rec Room
Well, I've
is
never used
Rec Room has a maker
Room, so I
pen.
had no idea. Okay, so really? Okay, that's cool though. Okay, so that's why I've seen some people come from Rec Room.
But the
like,
Rec Room,
building over
like
there.
avatars. Okay, see, now the problem is we don't go into alt space much because we don't like the avatars as much as we do prefer these ones. I don't know. It's just like they have a weird shape. And Rec Room avatars are very like, I don't know, boxy looking somehow. It's just my imagination. Oh, they look
they're
very
more cartoony
childish.
because you're not using your like Facebook avatar like you are here. Like this is, your Oculus Meta avatar, whatever you want to call it. You're bringing into Horizon. Where Rec Room, they have their own set. You have to build it out of that, and it's definitely not as realistic. Although these still aren't very realistic.
I know. I think this is
still
more
very
like
cartoony.
And it's cartoony, but I think it's more familiar to us because we played Sims, so we like used. It feels like a Sim, almost like living a
This
Sim.
is like living in the Sims now.
Yeah, and I love
That was
Sims.
your
This was my
life
dream.
goal.
When I was like playing
your
Sims,
life
I'm
goal,
like,
now you're
one day
here.
I'm gonna live in Sims, and then it happens. I mean, it happens.
There's
I'm
no
in Sims right
bathroom in your studio, so if you have to go,
needs some
use a bush outside,
entertainment.
just like the Sims.
and some food.
now. No bathroom.
Make her little. Aw.
That's all I know about The
It's
Sims.
okay.
You had to have a bathroom for them, or they'd go outside and use the bush.
Oh my god, no.
It'd be cool to have a sim game in VR.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm sure
Pretty
that they're working on that. Somebody is. Maybe.
Sims, 3D Sims. Oh.
You.
Sims VR.
You can-
Yeah, I would actually. I would.
I
play
am
that,
working on
actually,
it.
really.
Don't you see?
There's no bathroom. What did we just talk about?
I
There's
can
gotta be
put in a bathroom.
Yeah,
That's
there's a
pretty
corner there.
easy.
Actually, we do have bathrooms in this in Horizon Worlds. They gave us
Wear your
misshapes now.
headset while you go to the
And you-
bathroom in
yeah,
Horizon
there's misshapes,
in
so-
the bathroom.
We'll make a small corner for you there. Be like Jay's bathroom.
It's just a toilet.
Perfect. Use up your precious ink space or whatever it's called in Horizon for a
Capacity.
bathroom.
Capacity. Yeah.
there we
that's
go.
what it's
There we
called.
go.
Would you ever think of having someone build like a little wall for you just so you have a place to plug your podcast or YouTube channel, like just a little like space for yourself?
Like an advertisement.
Yeah, something like that,
No.
like a billboard.
I mean, not really. I mean, if it was possible to like get a space in a world that was already used, if there was like a Times Square of Horizon, sure,
There is,
maybe it'd be
actually.
cool.
There are.
Maybe it'd be cool to put up a billboard there, but I don't
You
see a
could
point in like
definitely.
making a little
Okay.
Jay Bratt studio in Horizon because I don't think people would see it because I don't know how many people are in Horizon.
There's
you
a
know.
lot. They
I know.
say, yeah, even though there's bad publicity that says otherwise.
Yeah,
It's not true.
there's always
people
bad
on it
publicity.
all
Yeah,
the
it's
time.
bad.
All the time.
Do we know the user numbers? Can we hear some
I don't
user
know.
numbers? Put them on
I-
the screen and
I
post and
probably
editing.
have like
so that I can see
400
it.
friends, and like last night,
I have-
it was
yeah.
a busy night. Everybody was online. I kept scrolling and scrolling, and I never even got to the end.
have
of
500
people who
friends
were
here, so-
who are on.
So there's at least more than 500 people in
Yeah.
Horizon Worlds. We know that.
There was
I think is it 4
dozens of
million
people.
active monthly users in Rec Room, something like that.
Yeah.
Wow,
Something
that's a
like
lot.
So I want to hear the
I
Horizon.
don't know the
want to
stats.
see
We have to.
in
We'll check that
post.
up. Okay.
I want to
yeah,
see the
we'll check that
comparison
up.
on the screen
Okay.
when this podcast.
So that's
goes
a
out.
note
Deal?
to ourselves. Check the monthly active users in Horizon Worlds.
I
It's
want
probably not as high as Rec Room, but
research.
I've never been in Rec Room. I mean, like, I don't know. I think the whole avatar thing got me. That's the thing. I actually look for the avatar that seemed familiar to me, and that's why I came into Horizon Worlds because like others just seem kind of strange. Even like VR chat, the avatar seemed too weird.
He had to stop
Well,
the
you can
eye
have
roll.
someone
He
make you
almost
one.
eye rolled right there.
I did not.
He remembered right at the last minute. We could see.
Oh, by the way, I used Ready Player Me to make an avatar for myself that looked just like me. It looked so cute. It was like really nice. I went into VR chat and my eyes rolled out of my head, basically.
I
rolled his
once this
eyes.
whole podcast, not one time.
Your eyes have been rolling the entire time I've been sitting here. What you talking about? So that's the disadvantage of the MetaQuest Pro is people can see if you're lying to them.
Yay! We like that. Yay!
You gotta wink at the camera though. That's kind of funny. Come on, show the camera.
Yeah,
Wink
come
at
on.
Pup. She hasn't been winked at
My
ever.
thumbs up stopped working.
You're pissing hard at her, like. She's looking at you. She's like, "Hey, give me some sugar, dude."
She looks dead inside. What are you talking about?
So let's like wrap this up. So since Jay's a YouTuber, like you need to plug your YouTube and Instagram, your podcast for everyone to follow you. Come on.
All those things, Jay Bratt. That's it. Just
Jay
like the
Bratt?
name up here. That's all.
So
it's
nothing, no Jay
everywhere.
Bratt VR, just Jay Bratt. Okay, so just look
If
for
you
Jay Bratt.
search Jay Bratt, you'll find me. But it is Jay Bratt VR because some kid already had Jay Bratt on Instagram. But
Oh.
Oh, boo! Where's the boo?
I feel like if your podcast is all about Horizons, I don't know. I don't think people are they're gonna see that I'm kind of not really into Horizons, so I'm not really I should tell them to come find me. I'm not looking to
Well, we
inherit
need
a bunch of
everyone's
haters
point
here.
of view. Don't worry. But basically, we do world hop a lot here. So that's like the podcast is mostly about the world hopping. So that's another thing. So have you been to any worlds? So you need to like pull up a portal. Have you pulled up a portal before?
I've been through your portals that you've taken me through,
You've been to-
Oh.
but I have not made my own
Okay.
portal.
So do you have a favorite world in Horizon Worlds that you'd like to like visit right now with us?
I think
Maybe
you
have
know
to
I
chase-
don't have a favorite world in Horizon. You clearly know that.
Not even one of Purple's worlds. I'm hurt.
Oh.
They've all been great, but I cannot pick a favorite. There you go. Is that better?
Bring up one.
Okay, Purple's gonna put up a world for Jay because he doesn't have a favorite. So now we're gonna go to a
Ready?
portal. We're going to backyard barbecue with Purple win. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for watching our podcast. Please subscribe and have a good day. Bye.